Philip, as chairman of the Tidy Towns Committee, how did you feel when the news came through that you had won?
Oh well, for the small village category, we would have been optimistic, but we were absolutely flabbergasted when the overall award came to us. We didn't, for 1 second, anticipate that we were going to be in line for that award. We were competing with such big guns as Killarney's and Westports and all those, so we were absolutely still in shock over it. So a day later, so.
You've risen through the rankings a lot in recent years. What do you attribute your success in the last while to?
Well, I always say it's about the longest apprenticeship you can serve in any competition down through the years, and I suppose it was always structured, and we always took on a small project or two every year, and especially in relation to the infrastructure of the village, getting things done that would be permanent features that we wouldn't have to go back repeating ourselves year in, year out, because the nature of our village, we're a lot of grass cutting and in a nice environmental place where typical rural village, and banks of canals, banks of rivers, walkways and that, and we're always striving to keep them in good condition. So that's a certain amount of work every year in that. But the other projects that we'd have to be lining them up from the previous year and getting them done for the next year's competition. And it was because we planned that way. We reaped the rewards of what other people had sown.
What was your latest feature, the last feature you put up?
Well, the last feature, this year now, on feature-wise, this year we would have got a good few pieces of bog oak from Brendan Cullum. He'd done a good few gates around the village and other items, such as on the Coal Hill Road. Lovely features in relation to our village, to the Abbey, airfield and things like that. And he done it through his natural ability to have bog oak and link it back to our nature. And this year then we also had a few infrastructure things like new footpaths and undergrounding of lights.
You're up for a glorious treble there this week. Can you tell us a bit about the Entente Florale, which you're up for this week?
Well, we were nominated by Longford County Council last November through Tim Caffrey, who had a great passion for it, and our local representative Michael Cahill. And we hadn't long to decide whether we'd take part or not. We made up our mind quickly and we went for it. So we got our forces together. So it would give us a good few months to get a structure in place where we'd structurally target every area of it that was involved in Entente Florale. And it's kind of a parallel competition to Tidy Villages. It's probably focus on a few different categories, and it just turned out that they would be to our strengths. We were able to go back into our heritage and create.
What categories in particular now?
Well, in relation to our heritage and our historical thing, like the Royal Canal is over 200 years old, and it was coming back into vogue in the last few years because of the wonderful work that Waterways Ireland done in conjunction with Longford County Council on our harbour, and it brought on our village immensely.
I was very interested as to what you've done with the old seats from Croke Park down by the aqueduct. You've turned them into lovely benches.
Yes, we were trying to create a fisherman's haven down there, and a good few people have copped on that they were actually from Croke Park.
Are they the Hogan stand?
The old Hogan stand seats, very famous. They were there for a long time, and they could write a book themselves.
I see that you've some lines of Behan down there, the Owl Triangle. It's a very dub song. That didn't count against.
No, because with the advent and the opening of the Royal Canal, we have an awful lot of people coming from Dublin, and they're great characters. They're mighty characters, and they'll always come and talk to you here in the village and come into the pub and have a sing-song and a bit of crack. And that's one of the new things of the rewatering of the Royal Canal, that it's bringing people like that to our village. And Waterways is a true run from Dublin to the Shannon, and it's important. We're the first village in Longford that's built on the Royal Canal, so we're enjoying it. Are
you optimistic for this week?
Well, we're as optimistic as we were the other day. We didn't have a clue, and we don't know what's in front of us, so we always take it that way. We're never optimistic, because you're a tidy village, you're only as good as how well you look on the day. You know, that's basically it with it.